All this scaredy talk of dragons. Pah! I eat dragons for breakfast, dear traveller.
How do I get
Why,
up
I laid to
there?
rest 50 of the blighters only a minute before you arrived. If only there was a dragon here right now, I could give you a demonstration of my fearlessness.
Sorry, did that startle you? I'm just in awe of the marvellous acoustics in this cave. I bet music played in here would sound fantastic. I had a quick stab at putting an organ together out of the bits I found, but I didn't get very far. I don't suppose there's any chance you'd be able to fix me something up? so much for building such a terrific organ with a few benches and decorations and things. This could be a rather nice musical, don't you think? Aye, there's plenty for me to be getting on with. Thanks again.
Dragon! Please, don't eat me. There was a very tasty-looking dwarf lady here earlier. Eat her. Or take this treasure. Dragons like treasure, right? I'm too beautiful to be breakfast.
Give us a hand, would you? Ah, perfect timing. Remember that cave you helped me out with? Well, I've stumbled upon this old warehouse that looks to be in a similar state and bearing similar loot. I'm sure you know the rest. Help me sort the place out, and I'll deal you in on the treasure. Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand. You know, I think that'd look better over there. Oh, sorry. Ignore me. Give us a hand, would you? 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 Give us a hand, would you?
Those giant spiders in the woods. If I take one, I could ride it.
Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand, would you?
I think my home is missing something. Perhaps a plant.
Give us a hand, would you?
I heard a party of dwarves managed to burrow their way out of the cell.
Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand, would you? Give Give us a hand, would you? 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 Give us a hand, would
So,
you?
it seems I wasn't the only one curious about the contents of this cave. I'd heard it was originally used as an armory for the people of Erebor, before that dragon showed up and... well, I'm sure you know the rest.
Give us a hand, would
Look
you?
at it now. By my tongues, what I wouldn't give to see the fully fledged armory in all its splendour.
Give us a hand, would you? Give us a hand, would you?
There it is. An armory fit for a kingdom. You've put together quite an impressive display. It's enough to bring a tear to an old blacksmith's eye. It's awful dusty in here, eh? Here, take this. I'm off to wipe the dust out of my eyes.
Give us a hand, would you? Would you? Give us a hand, would Give us a hand, would you? Would you? Give us a hand, 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 would you? That's a tidy warehouse. Now the treasure is ours for the... No, who am I fooling? I grabbed the treasure before you even got here. You see, the kindness you've shown me today, that, my friend, is the greatest treasure of all. That, and I do love a tidy warehouse.